Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Christopher, as always. If you've been a long time follower, you might know what this building is. This is the outside of the grow room. And the grow room, yeah, the good old grow room. So we're gonna have to do some things here. I'm just gonna show you outside what the size is. And then we're gonna go inside and I'm gonna show you how that looks. Don't get scared. This is kind of a Halloween special, I think. But yeah, we're gonna have to talk a little bit about what's going to happen in here because it's the end of an era, I think. The good old grow room. I'm gonna turn on some lights. A couple of lights. So yeah. It looks horrible. It looks like a mess. I have all sorts of things going on all over here. And I have my water tank. I have everything going. And I'm gonna show you the state of this room. It's horrible. It's horrible. As you can see, I have mold in the corners. I also had a problem with the fan leaking. I got water leakage on the roof and everything just went south. So yeah, this is what that looks like. And also it's, yeah, the windows are starting to look bad. They are cracking up and all around it just doesn't look good. And also, let me just see if I can set you down a little bit. If I can get this to fit. That's not gonna be easy. Sorry. And let me just show you. So, I'm just gonna roll this thing away. I don't have any plants here now. Everything is dead. This is my coffee and yeah, you might be able to see it. It just doesn't look good here. Everything is just falling apart. And I came to the situation where I thought, okay, I had so many pest problems, I had everything going wrong, and all my huge trees, I lost the guava due to a problem with watering, and I also lost my coffee. That was also a sensor issue. The problem was that I'm growing them in the hydroponic containers. I don't have it, yeah, it's down here. I'm gonna show you. I grow them in these hydroponic containers, in these huge barrels. And I have sensors on the outside. The problem was that the sensor is detecting water on the inside. And the water level was just draining out. But it was so densely compact with roots in the coffee that it simulated water being there. So it was moisture on the inside. And it just, the sensor was saying, yeah, there's water. But really there was no water at all. So I need to rethink the whole thing. And I have so many ideas. I have new containers down in the office, and I'm gonna change out everything. I'm gonna use some other things than these blue barrels. But anyway, we're here to talk about this grow room. My main issue with this grow room, the size is perfect and the walls have been nice and everything has been the way it's supposed to be. But the problem is the height. As you can see, I'm no tall guy and I can reach the ceiling without any trouble at all. It's just a little bit over 2 meters, I think 210 or something. So it's not a tall room at all. And that's okay for the beginner. But I'm trying to grow trees and I'm trying to grow things like banana, the huge banana plants that I had. It just was too tall and I wasn't able to get it to fruit. And also, I would love to be able to grow coffee to full mature tree. By the way, I did get a coffee bean from the coffee and I planted that and it grew. So that's hopefully going to be the next coffee tree. And I also have some other fun things that I want to grow here and I want to have them in a large size. So I was thinking, everything is horrible. Let me get rid of everything that's in here. I'm going to have a time lapse in the end and I'm going to clean out this whole room. And let me just tear the whole thing out. I'm gonna remove everything. I'm even thinking of, and I'm gonna need some information from you. I'm thinking about maybe doing a live one day, a scheduled live, where I could go over all my ideas and I can get some input from you. Because this is kind of our project. I want to be here for myself, but I also really enjoy sharing videos, and I haven't been doing that lately because it's been a mess. It's not going. It's not been the way I wanted to have it, and the way it was in the beginning. It was clean. It was nice. There was no mold. There was no. But now it's just. I don't want to be here. So I want to get rid of everything, and I want to redo this whole building. And by let me just see if I can take this. I think there's probably, just hold on. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there in the end. Let me just see if I have, oh, yep. So, okay, hold on. I wanna see if I can maybe use this as a whiteboard. So, the thing is that this building now, it's like this, and we have the room, and the roof is like this, and there's nothing here in the ceiling. And I've been thinking, oh, I want to do something cooler than that. So I was thinking, if I got rid of everything and I turned this whole thing upside down for a few months, it's going to take a while. I'm going to do everything myself, so it's going to take a while, but give me suggestions. This is what I'm thinking initially. I have been thinking, what if I made this house like this? So I have a roof. I don't know the American terms or the English terms for what this kind of construction is called, but I want to have the top of the house a little bit off center. That way I could have a higher top of the roof and or the ceiling, and also it will be nice because I will have the largest or the tallest part of the room a little bit off center inside also. So it's going to be easier for me to have the plants on the sides and not have them all in the middle of the room. So I was thinking then to have an open roof construction like this, and I would run beams all the way in the length back and forth here with some wire hangings for the grow lights and everything, and that would give me, and I'm also thinking about, instead of, let's say this is 210 today, I want to get to 240 at least on the lowest side, and even higher on this side. So I'm guessing this size is gonna be, I don't know, it's gonna be almost twice the size that I have currently. So it's going to be a huge difference in what I'm capable of doing here. So yeah, it's a huge project. I'm also thinking about getting rid of all the windows, because the windows are really just bothersome, because I don't use the light there. I use the grow lights because I want to have it controlled. And also the windows are letting in so much heat in the summer, so it's really hard for me to keep the temperature at something I can control and manage. I don't want to get this. If I didn't have the air conditioner I have here in the summertime, it will fry everything. It's going to be so hot. Once that I did turn it off one time, and I came in and it was like 55 degrees Celsius, and that's 100 and maybe 10, 115, I don't know, Fahrenheit. So I need something that's controllable. And yeah, it is a strange, huge project, and it kind of sounds silly, but that's just the way it has to be if I'm going to be able to do the crazy projects that I really intend to keep going with. So I want to have bananas here, I want to have a mango tree, and I want to get things to fruit. And if I want to get things to fruit, I'm going to need to have a higher ceiling, and I'm going to need to have a better infrastructure for watering. I'm going to need to dig. Now I have everything in my tank. So I have a 400 liter tank filled with water. So I'm using that with a pump to get everything working. But I'm going to need to have permanent water even in the wintertime. So I can get rid of the tank, and I'm going to get rid of everything else and just clean up the whole thing. And I'm going to redo the floor. I was thinking about maybe doing epoxy, because I want to make it so that I can spill on it without having the trouble. So for instance, now if I had a spill, for instance, if one of my hydroponic buckets were overflowing, it would just go out on the floor and it would seep into the walls. Yeah, that's seconds from disaster. So that's just the way it is. I'm no expert. I don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm doing here, but I did this a few years ago, and now I know a lot more about building. Since I did the office with the licensed people, I know a lot more about how to do this project. So I'm confident that I can do it a good way. So everything here has to be turned around and stripped down to the bare metal. So yeah, I hope that you will be able to provide me with some good inspiration on what we should do here, because this is kind of our project, and I wouldn't be doing this if it weren't for the things that I want to do on YouTube. And if I didn't post on YouTube, I wouldn't do this project. Yeah, so it means I'm here to stay. I've been away for a while. But things have been hectic, family has been hectic, work has been hectic, but now I'm finally at a stage where I can come back, and I'm so full of inspiration, and I'm gonna try to keep going. I have my second channel, the Mountain Lab. It's starting real soon, and I'm gonna have some fun projects there. I'm gonna do something with my grow lights, and I have the Botanium thing that I have, the hydroponic grow station I've been changing and everything. So all those videos are already made, so it's just waiting for me to get everything finished. And I'm gonna send the packet to my friend Kangstar with some Botanium things, and I'm just gonna get into everything, and I'm gonna do it with a bang. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Now I'm gonna take you outside, and I'm gonna show you the other projects that are on our minds this year, things we have focusing on here at home. And also I'm going to show you a little bit in the greenhouse. I'm going to finish off with some time lapse of me cleaning out this room, and also cleaning out the greenhouse. So yeah, stay tuned. First order of business this year is to remove and tear down this old house that we have on our property. We really don't use it, and it's just in the way for the plants that we have. So we are thinking about just getting rid of it. And with that, it opens up a whole lot of opportunities for us with the large size of this building. So we are thinking about turning this into some sort of gardening area, or a garden area. So it's going to be, we're going to have some wood flooring, and we're going to have an outdoor kitchen maybe, and maybe move our swimming pool or our hot tub outside here in this area. And also it will open up this whole area for us to be able to play a little bit around. As you can see when I turn around here, this is the garden that you probably have seen before. This is just a giant mess now, and this is also the next on the agenda once we get rid of the house. We're gonna turn this into a beautiful garden once again, like it used to be, and you have seen in my videos. And it's gonna be better than ever before, and it's gonna be more maintenance free. We're gonna use more stone, and we're gonna use a lot of different materials, so it's gonna be a really nice place. And also, so you can see the house is pretty big, and once we get rid of that, don't tell my wife, but I'm thinking about having some sort of pond situation, and maybe a little bit of a creek running down into the garden, and a pump that circulates the whole thing. And that could be, yeah, that's on my dreaming list. And as you can see, it's just a wasteland now. I've been digging a lot here last fall, because I was building my office. This is where I work, and this is where the Mountain Lab office is. And I've been digging in fiber and electricity, so everything now is kind of just a mess. But it's a blank sheet. This is what I feel about the whole project. And also, I'm just telling you all the ideas now, and I'm so open for suggestions. We have this steep hill, and we were thinking about maybe having a staircase going down into the garden, and also have grow beds with the strawberries on both sides. And that could be a really nice addition to the garden, because we want to have a lot of strawberries. And this is a southwest facing wall, and it's gonna get a lot of sun and a lot of heat, so the strawberries will just flourish there, I think. And also we're gonna have to have some sort of fruit trees down here. And yeah, it's just ideas for now. It's a huge task, but it's gonna be something that we're gonna make together, and I'm gonna document the whole thing. It's fun to get back into it again. We have so many things going here, and yeah, it all starts with this house, and once that's gone, it's gonna be a fun area for us to play around with. Now I'm gonna go down into the greenhouse, and I'm gonna show you the status of that. Now this really is a hot mess. And I'm just gonna show you what the plan is. I'm gonna put in the end of this video, I'm gonna put some time lapses of me cleaning out this one and also the grow room. But yeah, you can see all the last year growth. It's just a mess. It's a huge mess. And this year I'm gonna cut down my sweet cherry trees. They're getting too big and they bring a lot of spider mites, and I don't want to have that in this greenhouse. And as you can see, it really didn't take too well to the harsh winter we had this year. So yeah, you can see mold also on the branches. So this really isn't healthy, and I think a lot of the growth now are based on the vigor that's already in the branches, and I think that it's gonna get really stunned in the later part of the season. So yeah, I'm just gonna cut it down all the way, and also the same with the other one. It's a shame, it's a damn shame, but I can't for the life of me figure out how I'm gonna get these ones outside. And also with the crack there, I don't think it's worth the time. It's just getting new ones outside and see how far I can take that. The fig tree is also, I think it's a goner. I had a lot of mice gnawing on the stem, if I can get this thing to focus. And yeah, it's not had the best of time. I put some wax on it just to try to seal up the wounds, and it came back last year, but yeah, it's a little bit too early in the season to see if there's still some alive roots there. Otherwise, I do have a cutting that I was able to get from this tree before the end of last season. So that's growing in my office, and I'm gonna get that in here, and I'm gonna redo the whole thing. Once I get rid of all these big trees, I think I'm gonna redo, and I'm gonna have one fig tree growing in the middle. And that's just because that's where I have the best opportunity to encase the whole fig tree once the season it's too cold. So the fig tree will die back here if I don't keep any particular warmth around it. So I'm gonna have to insulate that like I did the first year with my other fig. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of work here also, and I'm open for suggestions here. It's a lot of fun things. Another project I'm working on now is my ventilation system. This is something that I made myself, and it opens up the 4 windows. It's been working perfect, and there's really no need to change it out, but I want to experiment with a new system for it. I'm gonna try to have one motor for each of the 8 windows that I have. And it's going to be controlled with a central system, and that's also something that we're going to make together. And I really need to get this. I have so many electric things going in this greenhouse with the temperature sensors all over, and I also have the fan there, and I have the fan on the other side. And there's so many things here. Watering system also. I have pipes running and valves that are controlled by computers. But I really need to get everything working together from one central unit. I've just been adding this system, and I've been adding that system, and I've been adding this system, and it's all been just piling up on top of each other, and there's really no rhyme or reason with it. So I'm gonna need to make some sort of box here for all the electronics and combine everything into one giant computer for this whole system. So that's definitely something I'm gonna bring you along for. It's it's a huge project, but that's something that my goal is to have it finished within the year. I really don't have a rush for that project, but it's something that's gonna be taken care of within the year. So yeah, this is the update for the greenhouse. Everything looks horrible, but I'm gonna get you in on a time lapse and you can see what it, oh, just look how beautiful it is. It is a really beautiful place where I live, I have to say. The sun is going down now. It's 9 o'clock at night and it's May 5th, I think. Yeah. So the sun is really high up on the sky already. And it's looking like it's gonna be a fantastic year. So yeah, until next time, this is Christopher saying may the force be with you, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!